have you seen the Wicked movie? Because if not, you need to go buy some tickets right now because the Wicked movie is so good. There's a reason they call it Wicked. It's because it's wickedly amazing. So yeah. Hello everyone, this is Sid here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm basically going to be telling y'all my review and rating of the movie Wicked and essentially convincing y'all to buy tickets because it was absolutely amazing and I loved every single second of it. So if you want to hear me talk more about this movie, then please stay tuned and stick around. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So basically, I went to go see Wicked in theaters on Thanksgiving, and it actually came out on like the 22nd, I believe, so it had been out for like almost a week before I went to go see it. So I tried to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but since I am a theater kid, and of course Wicked is a musical, which means it has songs incorporated into it, original songs by the way, not like rebooted songs from previous things. They're all songs that were created like for the show specifically, so that's always really cool, you know, super duper like creative and amazing, and yeah. But I knew about Wicked because it's like a very popular at my theater. Like lots of kids love it, you know, it has such amazing songs and everyone loves to sing certain songs, like especially Defying Gravity, which is one of the most like popular songs from that show. But yeah, essentially I went to go see Wicked, and Wicked is the prequel to The Wizard of Oz, which means that it comes before The Wizard of Oz. It is like the backstory of Elphaba, who is the Wicked Witch of the West at the time of The Wizard of Oz. So basically, we get to see more of her story. We also get to see Glinda, who is another witch, but she's like the quote-unquote nice witch. Although we learn and hear that her personality isn't actually very nice. She's like super duper like stuck up and like arrogant, and like I know like lots of people like her, but like I like absolutely hate her. And like I think it's just me personally, because some narcissistic characters I like love, like my OCs who are like absolute egotistical brats, like Cornelius. I love him to death. It might just be me, but I hated Glinda with like a burning passion. But even though I hated her, I was still able to see through that and see that like she is a masterfully created character, because like she's so complex with all of her different like niches, you know. She's not just like some simple cardboard cutout of a character. She's like a very fleshed out character, you know what I mean? And I feel like all of the characters in that are similar, because you know, like Elphaba, she's a very like complex protagonist, you know. Like in lots of modern day media, we don't have very like complicated protagonists, because most people who are making movies, they are like, well, we want everyone who's watching the movie to be able to connect to the protagonist. So they made the protagonist like some bland anime boy that's like basically every single person in existence, you know. But I feel like Elphaba is relatable because of her problems, which are like specific to her. Like, you know, she of course was like born with green skin because like she was cursed or something because of her parentage, you know. Her mom cheated on her dad, so that wasn't really good. So she of course was made to pay for it as the consequences of their actions, which isn't really fair to begin with. That shows that like you can't help what other people do and you shouldn't have to like suffer because of it. But also like it's obviously alluding to like racism and stuff, with like the color of their skin being green and then Elphaba not fitting in anywhere and not feeling like she belongs, which is like, it's just a completely awful thing, because she's such a nice person and like it's so obvious too, but people still are like afraid of her and hate her and think that she's weird because of her green skin, which is like absolutely awful. And I know that like you might be thinking, well Sid, this is a story that's been told like so many times, because like this is a really common thing, you know, like accepting differences and accepting people for who they are, because everyone's beautiful for who they are no matter what. But I feel like Wicked just takes like a whole like original spin on it, with adding like all the magic aspects and stuff, and like the cool culture of the Ozians or whatever they're called. So yeah. And I also just I love the relationships in this movie. Like I love the relationship between Elphaba and Glinda, how like they both start off, I feel like Elphaba is hopeful for Glinda. She knows deep down inside of her that like she doesn't actually care for her that much, because Glinda, she puts on like this nice like charitable personality to make herself seem like she's like, oh, I'm so nice and sweet and I want to help everyone because I'm just good like that, you know? But she's not like that in real life. She just wants people to think kindly of her. So that's why she does all these good charitable deeds, not out of the actual kindness of her heart, but just because she wants to like improve her reputation, you know? But I feel like Elphaba is still so like lonely and isolated that she's just like so desperate to make friends, and they become good friends over the course of the story. And yeah, I just think it's really, really beautiful. I don't know what the prince's name was. I think it was like Fiyero or something like that. I don't know. But I feel like the prince did not contribute a lot to the movie. I feel like if they just like cut him out completely and then like had all 25 minutes that he was there or something and then used it for something else more beneficial to the plot or to the characters, then that probably would have been better. But yeah, that was really my only gripe about the movie, was the prince, and he wasn't really a huge part of it. I liked the whole animal thing because I thought it was just really, really cool how like the animals were being silenced and how like everyone has the right to speak up, you know, and speak their thoughts and opinions and like have their voice be heard, you know. I feel like that's something that so many people are like scared of these days. They're like so shy and they are too afraid to like stand up for what they believe in. But I feel like that's also an amazing message, just like adding on more layers of complexity to the story and to the themes. Because yeah, it's important to teach the young people of the world that if they don't stand up, bad things will happen, and it's important for you to stand up for what you believe in. Otherwise, changes will never be made and nothing will ever get better. So the only way to improve is to take initiative and to take action. And you have to be the first one to start anything. You can't just wait until other people do it, because that will never happen. But yeah, this video might contain spoilers, so yeah, just be prepared, because I mean, obviously, I'm reading and reviewing the movie, so I have to talk about a little bit. But when I went to see The Wizard of Oz, I kind of knew that The Wizard of Oz like wasn't the most like good person ever. I thought he was just like morally gray, maybe like an anti-hero, but no. The Wizard of Oz is like pure evil. So like, that honestly kind of shocked me, because like, bro literally lied about reading the book. I forgot what the book's name was. I think it was like the Groggle or something like that. I don't know. It's like the Bible essentially, but like for the people who live in the land of Oz. It's like lots of prophecies about like what's going to happen in the future, but like he said that he could read it, but he literally just lied. Like he cannot read a single word out of that book. The only one he can read it is Elphaba, and Elphaba is able to make spells, but the wizard abuses Elphaba and takes advantage of her by making her use her spells against the animals, which is who she wanted to ask the wizard to help, because the wizard just wants to use Elphaba as a weapon and just like use her powers in order to destroy the world, because he himself doesn't actually have any powers because he lied. So I actually feel like that was a pretty good twist. I kind of saw it coming, but to be honest, you have to sort of see it coming if it's actually a good twist, because like Prince Hans of the Southern Isles from the movie Frozen, he is not a good twist villain, because like there is literally no evidence that he was going to betray Anna up until that point. So you have to have like at least some evidence to prove that they're like bad, you know, and like some hints and clues spread throughout the story. So I feel like the Wizard of Oz was a pretty good twist villain, especially because like of course he's like the most famous person, so it's like adding a whole new like shock factor to it all. It's like making the king be evil, which is sort of like how they do during lots of Disney movies. But yeah, I feel like this one was executed so well, and I feel like it was just really, really good. And yeah, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was like at the end during Defying Gravity, she's singing, right? There's this little emotional scene between Elphaba and Glinda, and Elphaba's about to set sail on her broomstick because like the people are chasing her. The Wizard of Oz's guards are going out to like kill her, because the Wizard of Oz and Lady Marble have told everyone in Oz that Elphaba is evil, and everyone knows what she looks like because they're like, oh yeah, it's the person with the green skin, she's the one that's evil. So she has to like go escape if she wants to leave with her life, obviously. So she's trying to escape, and Glinda, of course, being her like morally gray self, she's like, stay here and I bet that the wizard can offer you such great things. And Elphaba's like, no, I came to the wizard to help the animals, and the wizard is literally like trying to kill the animals, so I can't do that. I have to stand up for this. I have to tell them that I don't think that this is right, and I have to make a difference in the world, you know? I have to change something. And Glinda's just like, I don't think that's a good idea. This is not gonna work well for you. Glinda's like, hey, listen, I know that you really care about the animals and stuff, and the little goat professor, I forgot what his name was, because she promised to help help him, but I care about you, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you if you leave and everyone is out searching for you on a witch hunt, essentially, because, I mean, she's a witch and they're hunting her down. So she knows that it's going to end badly. She's trying to get her to stay, first of all, because she knows it'll be better for her, but second of all, because, like, she's just trying to protect her, which I feel like is just, like, such a huge development, you know? But also, like, I don't know. The lyrics of Defying Gravity and the way that the woman sings it, I forgot what her name was. I think it's like Cynthia something. I don't know what her last name is, but she is such an amazing singer. I love her voice. Like, Ariana Grande, like, she's mid, to be honest. Like, I feel like she did, like, fine, like, decent, you know, relatively okay. But Cynthia, me and my mom both agreed that she's, like, 10 times better than Ariana Grande. Like, she sang magnificently. It was, like, so beautiful and wonderful. So, yeah. I thought it was just so lovely, and combined with all the, like, computer generated, like, animation and stuff and, like, the CGI effects in the background, it was just, like, such a beautiful picture, and it was just such, like, a beautiful moment in general. And the moment was so beautiful, and it was just so, like, powerful and intense that, like, honestly, I cried a tiny bit. I didn't cry a lot. I cried, like, 3 tears, but it was enough for me to, like, remember, and the moment made, like, such a huge impact on me. I've only cried in, like, I think probably, like, 3 or so movies. I've cried on, like, Harry Potter and, like, Coco and this movie, but other than that, I don't really think I've cried in much else. So it takes a lot for me to cry in the movie. I'm not very, like, emotional about movies typically, but this movie actually made me cry a tiny bit at the end because it was just so, like, powerful and intense, and it was so wonderfully crafted and well done. Like, you can tell that every single person who was working on this movie put their absolute all into it. Like, A+ for effort. It was absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I would highly recommend go checking this movie out. And as for the moment you've all been waiting for, as for my rating, the Rotten Tomatoes, which is, like, the official movie rating website, they give it a 90%, which I feel like is really good. You know, like, a 9 out of 10, that's, like, amazing. I feel like most movies typically don't really get above a 6 out of 10 normally, but I'm going to give it even higher. I'm going to say it's, like, a 97%, because, like, this movie was just so good, and I hardly believe that anything could surpass it. They're going to make a second version. The second part, like, it's a to be continued type thing, so they're gonna make, like, part 2, you know? So I'm gonna go watch that one, but I really hope it's the same level as this one, because if so, then I'm gonna be so amazed, and if not, then I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. But yeah, this movie was absolutely wonderful, and congratulations to everyone who made it, because I'm betting you it's gonna do so well in the box office, and it's getting such amazing reviews. So I hope that they're really happy with their performance and satisfied with everything that they've done. They definitely made a beautiful project. It's definitely, like, a work of art to be considered. It's a lovely craft, and yeah, it's really wonderful. So yeah, basically that's pretty much it for this video. I don't usually do movie reviews, but I am a writer and storyteller, so I do make lots of content about different types of stories and stuff, like story mediums, books, movies, all that great stuff, how to tell a good story, how to make your story better. So yeah, I'm going to go see the Moana 2 movie today, but I don't think that that's going to be nearly as good as Wicked. First of all, because it's just, like, a simple Disney cartoon, so the bar is set automatically, like, a lot lower, but also I feel like Disney animation gets a lot less credit than it deserves, because, I mean, it's really good. It's just, like, I feel like the basic, like, principles and, like, plot behind the movie and, like, the themes of it in general just aren't as strong as Wicked, because Wicked, the plot and the themes are just, like, so powerful and intense, as I said earlier multiple times before. If you want to see more content like that, then please make sure to like and subscribe, because each one of y'all helps me out so much, and I really appreciate all of your support and encouragement. Every single one of y'all helps to boost my YouTube channel into the algorithm so that more people like you can see my videos, and it also just helps me because all of y'all light up my day, and y'all are a joy in my world. So yeah, y'all bring light to my life, and I cannot thank y'all enough for that. But yeah, if you want to support me even further, then please click the links in the description box down below. This will take you to my Instagram page, my Pinterest page, my Roblox page, and my NaNoWriMo page. As I mentioned earlier, I am a writer, and NaNoWriMo is a writing website, so yeah, you can basically just become my buddy be on there, and we can share our writing goals and make our writing dreams come true. So yeah, basically that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you all guys all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Always remember that I love you, and goodbye. Eat more waffles.